Alright, so back, I had to divide the video in two there, but not a big deal. Okay, so we had 1105. Let's say I click on this house right here. Whatever, it's $650,000. I know that I can't afford it, but I just want to show you what to do. So let's say you want to see if you can afford this house. What you want to do is click on estimate my monthly payment. Let me make this better size for you guys. There we go. We'll ignore those sounds. No, it's just whenever you press Control-C, it makes that stupid sound. Alright, so you click on estimate my monthly payment. You're going to keep it on a 30-year fixed loan. This is what most adults have. And then just slide this down payment to about 5%. Okay. So you put it on there, exit out of there, and it's going to tell you $29.20 a month. I had $1105 to spend, so clearly this house is too expensive. So I will just go find something better for poor people like myself. Yes. All right. So how about I look at this beautiful $149,000 house? Let's try that one. So I click on the house, $670 a month. I can afford it, but it needs to be closer to that number. Okay, so still not good enough. 149. Let's try 225.
Wait, go back. What did you say?
My 1105 number. Okay. So here we go. This one is $1,010 a month. That's really close to what I can afford. So it can be over, it can be less. It should just be near. So I'll be happy with this nice place over in Brownstown. Yes, for me. You don't have to worry about that. For the purpose of this project, you just need to worry about the monthly payment. Okay? So here's my monthly payment, $1,010 a month. Now what you should do, all right, is because you're going to need this for your project later, is save this. So right click, save it as. Just you can do it as a complete web page and save it somewhere in your My Documents. Okay? So that you have it for later. And then you're going to print this out. So file, print out the house, make sure you print out the details, whatever pages you need. So print up your beautiful house. When you print it up, you're going to highlight this right here, just the price, the $1,010 a month. That's what I need. Okay. So we got it, $1,010 a month. We're going to go back to our project. Scroll on down here. $1,000. 10. Now that took us like 6 minutes to find the house. So all you got to do is look until you find something where that monthly payment or apartment is in your price. Yes, Troy. Realtor.com. All that information's in your packet, though. Okay. So I got my $1,010. Oh, that's a mistake. I'm going to scribble that out. I can't. Oh, I can just move it. Okay. This is getting ridiculous. Where's the eraser? Pencil eraser tool. Thank you. Okay, good. I almost gave you guys bad advice today. That would have been horrible. Okay, so job one. I have a house. So I'm going to fill out this information for job one because that's how I get my final number here. I'm going to put my $1,010 in here. And then I need to add 10% of the house payment. So I come over to my trusty calculator. I do $1,010 times 0.10. That gives me $101. So I add $101 to this number, which you don't need a trusty calculator for this, but you can do it just for fun. That gives you 1111. Okay? That is your final amount you're going to afford, or you're going to pay. So I have in this oval 1111. That is what me and my wife are paying for the house. To see how much I'm paying, I divide by 2, just like it says right here, divide by 2 if married, which gave me 5, 5, 5. Okay? That's how much I'm actually paying. Multiply that by 12 because I follow the arrows. So here's the arrow. Multiply 555 by 12. That gives us almost a bad number. 6, 6, 6, 6. Thank you for the extra 6, Jesus. All right. And then your chosen percentage, which is divide yearly by your ATI. So I divide this number by my after-tax income, which I don't remember what it was, so I got to scroll back up there. Anybody remember? 33166. There we go. So take this, divide by 33166. That gets you 0.20, which is 20%. And you are done with your very first house. Okay? You'll do that over for job 2. Again, you can always pick whatever percentage you want here. File the information, go on the website, get it. So, any questions about the house part? Okay, then we'll keep rocking it out. We'll get a car now. So, transportation, next page. We have to find a car and car insurance. 2 things that you have to find online and print out so that you can do awesome. Okay? Just like before, first thing we do is the practice part to figure out how much we can afford. Then we do the actual numbers, which is after we go online. So if I'm looking up here, average American spends 18% of their money on their car. Economists suggest don't spend more than 16. You're going to pick a percentage. I like to roll deep, so I'm going to go with 20. All right? I don't care what number you pick. Just remember, you got a lot of things to spend your money on. All right? So I'll pick 20 just for our... Actually, I won't pick 20 since we used it last time. I'll pick... Let's delete that. There we go. I'll pick 16. I'll listen to the economist. Why not? Okay. So, just like before, we're going to figure out how much we can afford. Picked our percentage. Then, go to this box, multiply percentage by ATI. So I take 0.16 times 33166. I do that. Let's 0.16 times 33166. I am not doing something correctly. 0.16. I'm adding. That's what I'm doing. Gotta be careful for that. There we go. Okay, so I got 5306. Now, the biggest mistake people make is they're like, this is how much my car is going to cost. This has nothing to do with the cost of your car, all right? You're going to finance a car like most Americans have to, all right, including myself. So this number to you is of no real importance. We're going to move on to the more important number, which is the monthly dollar amount, where I divide by 12. I get 442. This is the important number. This is what I can afford for both a car and car insurance, neither of which are cheap, all right? So, now that I got my number, here's what you can expect. You can expect that if you have $442 to spend on a car and car insurance per month, just take out $200 for car insurance, because car insurance is not cheap, all right? That's to be on the safe side so you don't overspend. Usually it's about $150 a month, okay? Which means I probably, just for my car, can afford about $242 a month. I can't get an awesome car, but I can get a decent car, yes. You don't have to, I'm just showing you on this example. Okay? Yes, Trent. It does not matter what percent you use. Correct. Correct. You have to have a car, though. You could use 5. I don't know what you're going to drive, but you could do it. All right. So, here's my 442. I'm going to flip over back to that thing called the Internet, and I fired up cars.com. All right. And let's just say I got 242. I'll look for a new car. I'm gonna have to drive. I'm gonna have to drive something sensible because for 242 you can't afford a lot. So I'll just do a. Let's do a Malibu, like Malibu Barbie. I don't know. Let's see if I can get a Malibu for $19,000. I don't want a new car. I'm a cop. I can't be driving it. Okay, so I'm going to click on this. Now, here's where you have to do a little bit of work. All right, so whatever. We're just going to pick something. I'm just going to pick something, so I don't really care. All right, so here's my Chevy Malibu. Up at the top gives me the price. You need to figure out, can you afford this Chevy Malibu? It is pretty rare that you're going to find the right car that you can afford on the first time. If you pick a car that's like $2,000, thank you, Bill. If you pick a car that's $2,000, you can't use it. It's going to be too cheap. The numbers have to be close. All right, so to figure it out, so we'll round that to 19,000. You got to go back over to your worksheet, and you got to follow this formula. So, car number of thousands you need to borrow, round up. My car is 19,000. All right? So you do that. The new car multiplier is 17, so you put in 17 here. Then we do the calculation. 19 times 17, 323. What do we say I can afford? 242. This is probably too high. That sucks. Okay, so, let's get out of this. So I'm going to come back here. I need to find a cheaper car. Go with, let's find the cheapest one I got. 17,000. Okay, I don't think I'm going to be able to get a Malibu. I got a 2010 here. No. Okay. I got to find a new car. It's too expensive. I can't afford it. So, next level down is probably the Cruze. Let's put the maximum price at $15,000. Search it. I feel like I'll have to drive this Chevy Cruze. My life sucks. All right. Right here, $16,800. Pop back over to here. Now this number is going to be 17. Okay. 17 times 17. 289. I said 242. That's close enough. I'm 40 bucks over. I'll take it. So, whoops, we don't want to do that yet. So, my car equals 289. A little bit over, but that's all right. Then what you have to do is get car insurance. So you're going to pop back over. I picked Progressive. You can also use insurance.com. I don't care where you go. Yes, question. Yes. It is okay to be over or under because it's just an estimate. It's like saying you know you're going to go to the mall to buy whatever, a pair of jeans, and you're like, yeah, I'll probably spend like 50 bucks. But if you see some that are like $57, like, all right. And if you see some that are like $45, you buy those too. So as long as it's close, you're okay. So you're going to come to Progressive, and I'm not going to walk you through filling this out because it takes too long. But once you fill it out once, it'll be super easy to fill it out the second time. Okay, so you're going to come to Progressive, and you're going to put in your zip code. I don't care what zip code you use. You can just use Romulus if you want. Type in the 48174. They're going to do this. You're going to tell her to leave you. You're going to tell Flo to leave you alone. Okay? And then you're going to enter your information. The most important step I want to show you, and this is where we'll stop for auto insurance, is the date of birth. You need to make your date of birth so that you're 10 years older. So if you were born in, when are you guys born, like 96? Okay. Oh my God. That's why I graduated high school. Oh my God. All right. Don't get old. All right. So instead of 95, you guys will make it 85. All right. So make sure you put your year 1985, and this is important because if you're driving if you have a nice job as a doctor and you're driving a 2010 7 Series, all right, and the insurance company thinks you're 16, they're going to charge you a boatload of money for car insurance, okay? Because no insurance company in their right mind wants to insure a 16-year-old behind a 7 Series, okay? So they're going to charge you a lot, regardless. So make sure your birth date's 10 years older. After that, you put in your name and your address. You're just going to go through and answer some questions. Some of them will make sense. Some of them you'll have to do a little bit of guesswork. But for the most part, just fill it out. If you have questions when you do it, you can ask me, but you can mostly get through it, okay? You're going to fill it all out. At the end, Flo will give you a quote. Let's see. She'll give you a quote. Let's say it comes out to be $179 a month. You'll print up your insurance quote and put that number in here. And we add them together. $289 plus $179 gives me $468 is my actual amount. I budgeted for $442, 20 bucks over, not a bad deal. Okay? So I put my $468 in here, just like a good boy or girl would. Come back to my calculator, multiply by 12, gets me 5616 for job 1. And I divide that by 33166, gets me 16%, well, 16.9, so I'll round it up to 17. And there you have it. You found a car and car insurance. Okay? Questions on the car? All right, then we will scroll on down to education. Education's pretty simple. I'm not going to walk you through it. You just need to follow the formula, okay? Place job 1, year of college tuition from Career Cruising printout here. So you place that there, times the numbers of years in school. So some of you are in school for 8 years for med school. Community college, you're in there for 2 years. If you just got a bachelor's degree, it'd be 4, okay? So you put your number of years for school. That comes up with a dollar amount. Follow this short little math formula. That gets you a new dollar amount. And then that goes right there. Once you get this number, follow the arrows, and you'll end up with a percentage. The percentage may or may not be anywhere near these numbers. Your percentage could be 30, okay, when you figure it out. This is just the average American. And considering only 1 in 4 Americans goes to college, that's why this percentage is pretty low, because there's a bunch of people with zeros here. All right? So you fill out that information, put your numbers, you'll be done with education. And then the last thing here is just a practice one for entertainment and vacations. For something like this, you just start here with pick any percent. Say you pick 5%. Multiply 0.05 times 33166. Get you 1658. And divide by 12. You got $138 a month to spend on your entertainment. Which, yeah, Pokemon video cards, whatever. Okay. Okay. So that's the practice worksheet. Once you're completely done with the practice worksheet, you can move on to the real budget worksheets, where you'll fill out this information up here. Make sure you fill it all out. Then you'll come down. You've already filled this information out on the practice one, so copy that information over. Come down here. Copy this over. It's just for your reference. Then you have the housing cost. Again, you've already done all the housing, so you're going to transfer all this information over from your practice sheet. Put it right there. Here's transportation. You're going to bring all your stuff over from your practice sheet. Put it there. And then you got to figure out these other things. So like household expenses, right there. You're going to pick a percentage first. So you start here. Let's say you pick 10. do the math, fill in the boxes. All right? Same thing here. Pick a number. Let's say you pick 11, do the math, fill in the boxes. Everybody gets the pattern here, right? Macy? Job 1 and job 2. You have to do both. There are two, but there's 2 budget sheets. Good question. After that set, there's a second set of budget sheets for job 2. Okay? So you'll fill it out. Education you've already done, so you're going to transfer that over from the practice sheet. Savings, okay? Save your savings account for last. Do that one last just to make your life easier. Fill out these ones with whatever. Pick the numbers, move them on. Pick the numbers, move them on. Then, what you do, you add up all of your yearly boxes. So starting from the top. Oops, not the top of the project. I'll figure this out. Here we go. So, each actual dollar amount yearly, you add each one of these up. So you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, finish with 10. You have 10 boxes. They must equal up to 3, 3, 1, 6, 6. When you put them all together, that number has to be exact. If it's not, you have to fix it. That's why you need to save your savings account for last. If you add everything up and it comes up to $33,100, then just put $66 in your savings. Come back up here, put $66, and then figure out both of these numbers from there. Okay? That's the easiest way to do it. Yes, Macy? Okay. All right, so they have to equal up. If they do, you're good. Now, if you like a little bit of help with that, there is this pretty little Excel worksheet in the junior project file, like with where all these videos are, which is just a spreadsheet that will plug in numbers for you. Okay, so it's like just done a practice worksheet through here at the top, and where it says your turn is where you would put in your information. So that if you put in a number, like let's say you put in 20%, it fills in the numbers for you. Okay? So it'll tell you what you can afford, and then when you find a house or apartment, you put that number in the worksheet. Like, let's say your monthly total is 1105. Put it in there. It'll fill out the rest of the numbers for you. Same thing with transportation, education, and then it has the entire spreadsheet here for the rest of your numbers. So if you plug in all of the numbers, it will add everything up for you, and you can make sure your spreadsheets are done correctly. You don't have to use this. It's just there. If you have no clue how to use Excel, then I probably wouldn't use this if I were you. But it also has a tax worksheet that'll help you to get your after-tax income. But I suppose we've already done that today. So, okay.